Good morning, afternoon, and or evening, depending on where you are and or where you are when you're viewing this. So, this is Scott Beckwith with Birdsong Guitars and the Wing Feather Workshop, coming to you from the Temple Room, what I call the Assembly. Not necessarily a pun, but because this is where it all comes together into something bigger. So this is kind of the Temple Room of the Wing Feather Workshop, home of Birdsong Guitars. Today, I want to talk a little bit about, or tonight, I want to talk a little bit about this little bugger right here. It's a prototype. It's not an official model yet or anything like that, but I did want to kind of show you what's going on behind the scenes here. Since we did the Corto bass in 2004, and it was a 31-inch scale bass, it sounded like a 34 and behaved like a 34 in every way except ergonomically, where it was a lot more comfortable. I've been always thinking about different ways to push the envelope in different directions, into 5 strings, which we did, and you know, going a little shorter too would be interesting, because if our 31s sound like 34s, well, how short could we make an instrument that would sound like your average 31 or 30.5, which is what more short scale basses are. And so I came up with this, and this is what I'm calling the Sparrow. That's its internal code name. It's very short. It's 25-inch scale, and it just has a standard 2-pickup Corto bass layout, volume, tone, and a really short neck on it. But I threw everything that I know about short scale basses at it. So now let's take it for a little test spin, shall we? Now, I'm not going to blow smoke at you and tell you it feels like a 34. There's no way a 25 is ever going to feel like a 34. But it doesn't sound like the tiny little thing that it is. And that's kind of cool. That's the birdsong factor in there. It feels about like a Gibson EB, which is like a 30.5. And that was my goal in this. The goal with this wasn't to get it to sound or play like a 34, but just to get it to sound and to get it to play like a Gibson EB, something like that. That level of tension, that level of playability, and you know, have its own sound, but one that's very usable. So if you're interested in anything like this, a 25-inch scale birdsong, folks, get in touch with me and let me know. You know, you can go to birdsongguitars.com and see what I'm doing with all the different lines that I make, and you know, check that out. But if you're really into something short, get in touch with me. 512-395-5126. Birdsongguitars.com. Scott@birdsongguitars.com is my email, and you know, more videos on this one to come, possibly, if there's any interest. I'd love to build a little batch of these for you, and do let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and that's what's happening behind the scenes at Birdsong Guitars. Have a great day.